Sirach 6:32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakor Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word and sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. I'm just back with another quick lesson, all right, about having the willingness to learn. That's the only way that you're going to gain, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures is having, a willingness to learn, a willingness to be taught. All right, not a proud spirit, a know-it-all spirit. That's why the scriptures say you gotta, make yourself as a child again, man. All right. Cause when you look at children, all right, children follow, their parents or whoever, is guiding them, all right, blindly. You know what I mean? They have faith that whatever their, parent or guardian says, all right, is the right thing to do. And that's how we are to be, under the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like, we believe, not of themselves, but we believe the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with them. All right. So in turn, we have a willingness, to be taught and to learn through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because, we believe in the Lord. It's what they call like a trickle-down effect. So we believe Yahweh Shai, the spirit of Yahweh Shai dwells in Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. So if you believe in Yahweh Shai, if Yahweh Shai was in your face, you would be willing to learn. So it's the same thing with the men that he has set up. Got to be willing to learn up under them. All right. But it says, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. If thou wilt. All right. If you have a willingness, it says, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. All right. Being fervent in the spirit, applying your mind, being immersed in this truth, being a watchman, being diligent, to the best of your ability, pushing this word, like the apostle says, staying on fire. All right. Because we at the end of this thing, man, So with, knowledge, wisdom, and it's like it, but wisdom being the stability of our time, all right, you should try to gain as much as you can. So when things, escalate, all right, you'll have a calm mind, to the extent that the Lord, lets you have it. Because we all gonna, none of us has ever seen the chaos and the carnage that's about to hit the earth, but you'll have something to rely on, all right? You'll have an understanding of why things are, why things escalated as far as Jacob's trouble, other than just being left in the dark like these people, all right? But it says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow down, so like if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise, all right? So basically the only way to really gain wisdom, all right, is to listen. To humble yourself and listen to, whoever your teachers is, man. A lot you can't tell Jake nothing. That's why it says if thou love to hear. Jake don't love to hear, man. Jake, got this thing, and it plays into the curses where, we just oppose each other, no matter what. A nigga know you saying something right, but just, you just oppose it just cause, just to be combative. That's the word I'm looking for. Jake likes to be combative, It says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. All right. You can't really refute that the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, are wise. You can't, how are they not wise? How are they not diligent? They sacrifice, their lives, to teach us the truth, So you supposed to cleave unto men like that, man, like they say, hanging on somebody's every word, man. You're supposed to cleave unto men like that, man, which, we do. All right, that's how you know these guys. You know, it's like a competition to them. You know, who can have the biggest following and what have you. You know, when it's not about that, man. It's about gaining this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, using it as a defense in this wicked world, and ultimately, you know, being saved if it be the Lord will. You know, it says, be willing. All right, I'll go to that word willing again. All right, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. All right, follow him. You got a man of understanding. If the apostles and elders of Great Millstone wasn't men of understanding, it would have been exposed by now, man. Like, come on, man. You know, Most High would have exposed them, you know. But they continue to push this word and sincerity and truth for, you know, longer than a lot of us have been alive. So if a man was teaching this truth before I even came out the womb, you know, it's you know, it's kind of hard to combat what he's saying unless, you know, the apostles was just clearly going off, which they're not. You know, it's kind of hard to combat somebody like that that's knew the name Yahweh Shem Yahushai and was pushing the name Yahweh Shem Yahushai in the doctrine before you even took your first breath. All right, I show the pride of these dudes, man. There's nothing wrong with a man being put in a position that's over you. That's in every facet of life. When you go to work, nigga, you got a manager, right? Or what do we call supervisor? Then he got a boss. Then whoever his boss got a boss. It's a what you call a chain of command. And the chain of command of Great Millstone starts with the apostles and elders, on down. You know, Jake just don't want to feel like nobody is above him and can tell him what to do. People got to tell you what to do or you wouldn't know nothing. You know, now of course we learn from our trials and tribulations as well, but you know, when you want somebody to, you know, tell you the stove is hot instead of burning your hand, no, Jake would rather damn just fucking burn his hand off, man. You know? It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own heart's desire. All right? Thine own heart's desire. Goes back to the willingness. If you don't have a willingness to learn, you're not going to make it. If you can't get in order, if you can't accept the fact that it's men above you in this thing, you're not going to make it. You niggas think they the Most High. Only the Most High answer. Well, I can't even say the Most High don't answer nobody because he answers to himself. He's righteous. He answers to his own word. But that's the only person who answers only to himself. Not person, you know what I mean? Only the Most High answers to himself. So if you in that spirit where you don't, you know, he ain't God, he ain't the Lord, this nigga, you know. You gotta realize they told the Lord he wasn't the Lord, nigga. So if you in that spirit, you just like them Pharisees, man. Not all the Pharisees weren't wicked, you know. But you know what I'm talking about, them wicked Pharisees, man. You just like them. You know? It's Acts 18 and 24. And a certain Jew named Apollos, born at Alexandria, an eloquent man, and mighty in the scriptures, came to Ephesus. All right, so he was an eloquent man, meaning he was very well spoken. You know, probably very charismatic. You know how Jake is, man. It says and mighty in the scriptures, so he knew the word, man. All right. It says this man was instructed in the way of the Lord, and being fervent in the spirit, he spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord, knowing only the baptism of John. All right. It says, and he began to speak boldly in the synagogue, whom when Aquila and Priscilla had heard, they took him unto them and expounded unto him the way of the Most High more perfectly. So even though he was an eloquent man, mighty in the scriptures, fervent in the spirit, he was diligent, spake boldly, it was still more for him to learn. See, a nigga in this situation is gonna say, man, fuck that. You know, I'm mighty in the scriptures, nigga. You know, it's about life, you know. But I'm mighty in the scriptures. I don't need nobody to tell me shit. But he just humbled down. My phone about to die. Just humbled down and got the instruction. And he learned the way of the Most High more perfectly. So it's always room for you to grow. And the way you gonna grow is to hearken unto the people that's been doing this longer than you or no more than you. You're not just gonna get it all by yourself, man. And if you want to get it all by yourself, you searching vainglory. You just want to be able to look in the mirror and say, yeah, I did all this shit myself. And we know pride coming before destruction, man. Like that one song, man. You headed for self-destruction. That's how you prideful niggas is, man. You know. Acts 8:26. And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise and go toward the south unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. And he arose and went. Behold, a man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure and had come to Jerusalem for to worship, was returning and sitting in the chariot reading Isaiah the prophet. All right. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, Understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come and sit with him, because he understood. The only way for me to really understand this is if for somebody who knows more about it to teach me. And once again, that's every facet of life. You know, if you were fucking eat anything, if you work at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta teach you how to do that shit. You know, all these hooping niggas, like even the greats, like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, somebody taught them the game. And I know those are carnal examples, but what I'm saying is, no matter how small or how great you're perceived to be in any area in life, somebody taught you, somebody laid the foundation for you. And the apostles and elders of Great Millstone laid the foundation through the Spirit, you know, at least for us, because they had elders too. But through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, they laid down the foundation for us. So, you know, nigga, take what you learn from them, give them double honors, and do the work. I mean, it ain't that hard, man. You niggas want to be superstars in America, man. All that glory, we gonna get that in the kingdom, man, righteously, man. Stop trying to be a nigga and undercut the whole order of things, man. Because every time, without order is chaos, man. Come on, man, we've been chaotic in America for all this time. You niggas still want to cause confusion and have chaos going on? Stop trying to undermine the apostles, man. It's the Lord dealing with them. That's who he chose. Damn. I mean, shit. I don't even know how to keep saying it, man. Like, that's who he chose to lead the nation. You know? What you niggas gonna get mad at Yahushua in the kingdom? Cause he the head? The way that the Most High set the order up is just that. It's the way that he decided to set the order up. All right? So starting with the apostles and elders and Great Millstone on down. All right? Just have a willingness, you know, for the brothers that's up under them, you know, have a willingness to learn up under them. I mean, shit, they ain't let us off no cliff this far, you know. And like you listen to the apostles and you got some bodily harm, you lost a limb or something. Nigga, just do the work, man. You know, stay in order and do the work. And for you brothers out there, just have a willingness to learn. All right. So I hope that video was edifying. With that, I'm going to say shalom.